Hey everyone, Magic Man Scott 40K here. This is some Dawn of War 1 news. This was posted at 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock today. It is now 6 o'clock. Some Dawn of War news. So, Definitive Edition. I did not expect this. Especially since they just released a new game, Relic. Relic just made a new game, and this is out. So they're on fire, I would say. They're on a roll. A new game and a definitive edition. So it's all of Dawn of War, the original, and all the expansions. They're all getting updated. Now the changes are pretty small. But the fact that they're touching it at all is pretty cool. So there is a trailer. The trailer shows you the graphic changes. I'm not going to show you because it's someone else's video, right? I can't show you the trailer. But, so yeah. Pretty exciting news, I think. So for mods, there's mods that makes the game look better, and this is from the company who made the game, right? It's been like 10 years. There's like a 10-year gap between now and when it came out, but they did a graphic update, so I think this will really help out the mod community. When I saw this, I instantly thought, instead of those mods that boost the graphics, they just did it for you. So this is a pretty big deal, I would say. It also looks like they made the game more modern. Like it runs on better hardware now. And what's interesting is they're selling it on GOG, which is a pretty old school website. You don't see GOG too often. So I think everything that's happening is pretty interesting. Now to be honest with you, I'm not sure if I'll pick it up. I might just for fun. I really don't want to start from scratch. But yeah, now when it comes to multiplayer, it's pretty difficult to find anyone, to be honest with you. It's very difficult to get a lobby going right now. I think what this new edition will do is it will make like Dark Crusade and Vanilla feel new again. And I'm hoping everyone plays Soulstorm because it's the last one. But with a definitive edition, I think everyone can go back to the whatever they want, like Dark Crusade or the original. It'll be technically new again, right? So I think this will revive. I think this should revive all of them, right? This should revive all, and this will be really good for tournaments too. So let me show you exactly what the changes are. I'm pretty sure I can show this. I'm not going to show you the trailer. So this is Discord. This is the Relic server. This is the Dawn of War series that I am in often. I post a lot of things on there. I'm pretty active on Dawn of War series. So this one here, Relic Entertainment, and this one here, Dawn of War series. These two I would recommend getting on Discord. The rest is whatever. Whatever you want to do. Anyways, so the FAQ here tells you what the changes are, and it's like 2 things. So it's not too bad, I guess. So it's basically So it's all this. So I'll read it line by line. So 4K and widescreen support. So I guess what that means is if you have more of a fancier monitor, this is for you monitor guys out there. I have a hand-me-down monitor, so there you go. 4K widescreen support. To me, that's whatever. Upgraded unit and world textures. This is basically the graphic update. I have mixed feelings on this because this will make the file size of the game a lot larger. This would go from a 2 gigabyte game from like a 3 or 4 gigabyte game, I imagine. So I'm guessing the game size will be a lot larger. I'm guessing this also would affect the cutscenes because the cutscenes are literally in-game footage, right? It's literally the game and they just record the units moving around. So I would imagine this would affect the cutscenes as well. Upgraded 32-bit to 64-bit. That's pretty big. I think this is the biggest announcement. 32-bit to 64-bit. That's pretty massive, I would say. 64-bit is like really old school. 64-bit is super old school. So it still has a long I would say it still has a lot of improvements it can make. I mean doubling the bits, that's pretty big. Again, I think Definitive Edition will be a must for modders. And then it says compatible with the modding community. I think this is cute because it basically says they're aware of the modding community. And the modding community is really like, I want to say like 10 people. But I think it's kind of cute that they're, you know, they notice them. So they know about the mods. Image-based lighting at a higher fidelity. So basically the lighting's better. I seen the trailer. Everything looks very sleek, which is interesting. Instead of having that cartoon look, it has more of a sleek look. So that's kind of a mixed feeling. I have mixed feelings on this because it looks much more mature and darker. I kind of prefer the cartoon look. That's just me. As someone who watches a ton of anime. But if you guys want that mature, darker look, I think that's what they're going towards. Improved gameplay camera. I'm guessing the camera mod is just now built in. It says never before, so maybe it's a super camera mod. Who knows? I have to imagine a big studio is better than a fan-made mod. That's my guess. Increased draw distance for more cinematic experience. So I'm guessing they're changing like the camera positions. Maybe like the default camera, like where the camera starts at. I'm not really sure what draw distance is, but I'm guessing it changes maybe the cutscenes. Because I played the first one again, the original, and all the cutscenes are in your face. Like the Space Marines are like 2 inches away from the camera. So maybe what this means is now there's like they changed the camera of the cutscenes, so now it's more like there's more of a space between. Maybe like instead of looking at one Space Marine, now you can see the whole, like everybody. I think that'd be interesting. I'm not really sure what draw distance is, to be honest. It's probably a good thing. HD and screen layout optimized for widescreen. That's pretty big. That's again another monitor thing. So it looks like they're gonna make a lot of monitor improvements. And I think that's it. Yeah, so that's it. So this like paragraph, this is all the changes. There might be more, but who knows. But yeah. So what are my thoughts on this? I think all the technical stuff is good. I think technical improvements is, I would say, it's always a plus, unless you're playing on. Well, what's cool about Dawn of War is anyone can play it. Pretty much any computer can run it. I think even now, like a toaster could run Dawn of War. I think that's what made it cool. But with all these improvements, you might have to actually get. With all these improvements, you might have to get a decent computer, if that makes sense. Now, in my opinion, I'm hoping the Definitive Edition and the normal one are two different games, because I would like to switch back and forth. I don't want the Definitive Edition to just overwrite the old one, if that makes sense. Age of Empires did that too. So Age of Empires is a pretty big RTS game. You have the Definitive Edition and like the classic, and you can play both. Now, over the years, it's not like classic. So Age of Empires got updates over the years, and it changed a bunch of stuff, and they ended up removing it. So the original Age of Empires is kind of a mess, but you can play the original. I'm hoping that's how it works. You can play when I think Definitive Edition, I'm thinking Age of Empires. So I'm hoping you can play the original and the Definitive Edition, like you can swap back and forth. I think that'd be cool. It says skulls here. There was a big Warhammer reveal of a bunch of stuff recently. I didn't have time to watch it. I was busy. I'm hoping to watch like a summarized short. But anyways, so I'm guessing, if I had to guess, this Definitive Edition is either coming out this year or next year. I would probably guess this year. So yeah, I would say the biggest news is definitely the bit upgrade. That's actually massive. That'd be very noticeable. And what's interesting is they're doing all campaigns and all cutscenes. So that's gonna be really interesting. Another big announcement was this one. World textures. World textures is gonna be really interesting because now all the maps will look different. So the way I played Dawn of War was the characters looked really good, but the maps looked terrible, and I didn't mind that because I can easily see my guy. And to be honest with you, I couldn't tell what I was looking at for the map part. I had no idea. Like, I've been playing this game for a long time, and I still have no idea what the maps are. I just know, like, I know the team spawns, but I don't know what the actual maps are. Like, is it a forest? Is that a truck? Like, I have no idea. The maps look so awful. I can never guess what's what. So I would say the world changes is a big deal. There's also better lighting. Lighting is interesting from an RTS point. I think too shiny is actually bad. when it comes to strategy games, but we'll see. Relic makes pretty much nothing but strategy games, so we'll see. Actually, I didn't read this middle one. Improved world lighting, unit reflections or whatever. Improved shadows or whatever. New unit gloss. I think this new unit gloss could actually backfire. I think this could actually be a bad thing. Immersive lighting. Immersive lighting is whatever. I'm hoping it's not like too noticeable. Like I hope it's not like a big lightning storm, and you can't see you can't see the game anymore. You know what I mean? Big lightning storm happens and you can't see the game. So I'm not. That's what I like about 2009 games. You can't see. You can't really tell what's happening because the game looks so bad, and that made it a lot easier to play. I'm hoping these graphic changes don't affect. It might actually make the game harder. I'm not sure. It says they will faithfully enhance the game. I think this is because Space Marine 2 came out, and that did very well. And Space Marine 2 is actually very faithful to the source material. It's extremely faithful to the source material. They basically got everything right when it comes to the story. So, them being faithful. Also, I don't think they can change a whole lot because Game Workshop has like a fist around their stuff. So Relic made Dawn of War, but Games Workshop has a huge like hand around everything that's made. So I think there's a limit to how much they can actually change. But yeah, I think this new unit gloss could actually be a bad thing, but we'll see. I would have to actually like play it. To be honest with you, I've been playing with bad graphics for most of the time. I had my graphics turned down low, and that made the game a lot easier. I can tell like what's what. So we'll see. And yeah, that's it for the new stuff. I think the engine stuff, like the bit and the monitor stuff, I think that's fine. I don't think that's going to change a whole lot. But it's not going to affect me any. But I mean, it'll make the game more modern. So I think the bit thing and the monitor thing is fine. The texture thing's a bit of a worry, because I think it'll make it like a 4 GB game or more. That kind of worries me because I have so much stuff downloaded on my computer, and my computer doesn't have a whole lot of space to begin with. So any file size change is kind of a big deal for me, as someone who only has a little bit of space. But anyways, these changes are nice, and I think it will make multiplayer hot again. You can play whatever you want because they're all new. People played Soulstorm because it was the newest, but with these graphic changes, now everything is new again. So you can do whatever multiplayer you want. I think this will revive like communities and stuff. So I would say when it comes to me, I think half of these I'm looking forward to. Half of these I'm not sure on. In Dawn of War right now, you can turn on and off. In Dawn of War right now, you can turn on and off like effects. So I'm hoping they keep that. I think this new. I really do think this unit gloss thing could be a bad thing, and it can backfire. We'll see. But yeah, they changed like every cutscene that's just in-game footage. which is pretty much every cutscene. Pretty much every cutscene is just in-game footage. So pretty much all the cutscenes got changed. The cutscene changes, I don't care. You can do whatever you want. I watched those cutscenes like a bunch of times. If you want to change them, that's fine. Like that's whatever. But yeah, we'll see. They did improve 4 games at once, which is impressive. I'm hoping it's still like dirt cheap. That's the only thing I'm worried about. I'm hoping Dawn of War is still like dirt cheap. We'll see when it comes to price. Anyways, that's my take. Yeah. So hopefully your big news. Thanks for watching. Bye. Big news.